I've got a lot of Iroshizuku blues. This is Konpeki, everybody's favorite medium blue, I would say. And this is Sailor Manyo Haha, everyone's favorite light blue with multiple colors in it. This is one that I am also considering getting rid of through sale. Oh. And they are well behaved in the summer. Ooh, I haven't opened that one for a while. Brilliant. Very thin ink. And it dries pretty quick, but you can also see just pushing that around on the page, and it would not work very well in the winter time. Brilliant blue with the Konpeki. Konpeki, Konpeki, Konpeki. To do two things at once. Clean with the right hand and screw on the lid with the left hand, so this video doesn't go any longer than it needs to. This is Pilot. I need to slide over. Sailor makes some great ink. Pilot makes some great ink. I wish Sailor's did not smell as strongly as it does, but nothing to be done about it. They've probably used the same formula for nearly a century at this point. And if it works, and if it's well lubricated, and if it's well received, why change it? And I agree with that wholeheartedly. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it is broke, it's the government. That might be more of a purple leaning. Yeah, let's do this. So here we have another Iroshizuku Shinkai, which is kind of a blue-black, as you can see. Like, because it's so difficult to tell through the bottle, I will just write a little bit with an ink pen on the cover. And then we have Pelican, Edelstein, Tanzanite, which is gorgeous, but does not work very well in the winter, just like the Iroshizuku. Oh, I've got all these great looking Iroshizukus that just don't work in the winter. Yeah, look at that. Gorgeous. And this Pelican Edelstein, looking very deep and dark and mysterious. When I was first looking at inks, oh, this one's very purple too, and also very dry. It seems dry anyway on the page. Huh. This one seems very wet on the page. Maybe this one would work for winter stuff. Ooh, the blue-gray is a great shade here. That's a messy thing also. I'm finding out it's actually a little difficult to keep talking after an hour of recording. What was I looking for here? This. I need a new Mr. Kleenex. We have some gorgeous blues so far. I tell you what, yet another Roshizuku Asagao. I think this one leans a bit more purple, and Lamy turquoise, which is another wonderful color, very reminiscent of the Konpeki. So maybe if you kind of like that color, but you don't like the exact color, you could go for the Lamy turquoise. I really need to have a dip party and just invite people over to fill up their pens with some of this ink, because it is a lot. that's turning into a really, really nice color. I think the Asagal is my go-to summer blue. Considering the winter colors are very heavy on teal. Really, I should just experiment with all of these and see what's up. But I've been relying on Grok AI to tell me which ones are drier than a certain point and which ones are not as dry. Okay. Leans purple, does not lean purple. So this was a mistake. Some of you are laughing to yourself, but Bay State Blue, I didn't know, and Goulet, I was on Goulet, and I did a ink by ink comparison to find the perfect blue, and this color was the perfect blue. Unfortunately, it was not the perfect blue in the pen that I put it in, which was a TWSBI clear demonstrator. Then we have a Shikiori. This one is Nioi Sumire. Nioi Sumire. Nioi, I know, is smell. I'm not entirely sure how the smell translates to an ink color, however. It is, whoa, what it is. Yeah, look at that indigo, or electric blue as some call it. It smells like permanent marker, which is what it ended up being like. Ooh, really? Now that is an interesting comparison, because it looks a lot like Bay State, doesn't it? Very, very similar, but not as bad for your pens, and does not stain. Oops. Now that I've done some ink stuff, goodness gracious, it's stained already? There's no way. There's no way. It's freaking Bay State, man. Yo. Bay State stained in real time this glass, which should not be stainable. Folks, it doesn't get much better than that. if it's stained on there, it's not likely to come off in any other ink. So it heard me saying that there was a color similar without all the staining, and it just had to. Ignore my S there. Nioi what? Nioi Sumire. Yeah. I think some of it is coming off. Yeah. I can you see from your angle, the grid pattern on the paper is actually showing up through the ink swatch there. That's very interesting. Probably means it's soaked through. No? Oh. Yeah, that Bay State Blue, people dedicate a ink pen to it. And it is the top on my list of things I want to get out of my inventory. Because I hate to waste an ink. Speaking of waste ink, here we have Noodlers North African Violet, which again was the best color of purple violet that I saw on Goulet website comparing their samples. And we have our Lamy, dark violet. No, that's not the name of it. Lamy. Oh, I gotta look. Diamine. Dark lilac, that's it. And again, if you look at that, it looks yellow because of all the sheen. Okay, so we've got Noodlers Stain Central #2. And we've got Lamy Dark Lilac. Ooh, yeah, that Noodlers is very strong smell of permanent marker. And I think probably if you were to put it in a permanent marker, that would be it. That would be the one. But we are in purple now. Are you excited? I'm excited. dipping it as fast as possible, so hopefully it does not stain any more than I'm already stained here. Phew. Yeah, I put Bay State Blue in a Twisby. The Twisby's broken now, so it's gone. And I put the North African Violet in an Opus 88 demonstrator eyedropper, and it stained that very purple. Purple in the cap where I can't really get to it. There's purple in the actual demonstrator body. It just never washes out, no matter what I've done to it. Lamy. This Lamy Dark Lilac is a great black purple if it weren't for the sheen. That's crazy. How could you say Lamy Dark Lilac would be better without the sheen? Well, like this. Lamy Dark Lilac would be better without the sheen, because it is a great red-leaning purple in this case. Or maybe a true purple. Maybe I'm just used to blue-leaning purples. And indigos. Indigogos. Folks, we are almost done with purple. And I may have to get another sheet, because I don't know that I can fit it. So here we have Diamine Imperial Purple, which is a great color of purple. However, it is not working for me in the winter. And we have Mont Blanc Amethyst Purple, another great color that does not work in the winter for me. I really like the Mont Blanc bottle. Thoughtful design. Again, the Germans and their thoughtful designs. Like this Diamine bottle, I would not be able to dip a pen in there to fill it. I have to Ooh, gorgeous. I have to use a syringe to pull out, unless you have like a Twisby that's a number 5. Most of my pens are number 6s. Everybody talking about like, oh, it's so luxurious having a number 6 nib. But like, that's standard for me. So what's luxurious for me is having a number 8 nib, which I don't have very many of. Yeah, this Imperial Purple is very similar so far to the Noodlers North African Purple, and Diamine does not stain in real time your glass or acrylic. Yeah. I think I will get out one more page. One more page. Certainly a rich color. I like Mont Blanc a lot. I still think their pens are a bit overpriced, but they do great work. I own a couple of vintage pens from them, and I'm considering a much more modern 149 second hand, as that's what I can afford. Without saving multiple months. One might say, well, for a really good writing instrument, why don't you save multiple months and only have one or two instead of 40 or 50? To which I would say, you're missing the experience. Fine writing is about experience, not about getting one pen and using it for just boring work things. Personal opinion.